So in this video, I'm going to reveal what I think could be the best Bond car. And here she is, the Renault 11 TXE. In azure blue, fresh from A View to a Kill. This is not the actual car from the movie, but it's the same model, and I love it because I love the car chase. Even better when you cut it in half. We'll get to that later. She's in pretty good condition. This came from a car collector in France, and it's got a few dings around it. There's a little bump here, another one there. There's a few creases. Some of the plastic looks a bit attacked by the sun. But what would you expect? It's 40 odd years old. It's been driven around Paris for most of its life, so it's going to be a bit shonky. But the design, there's no mistaking it. The square headlights, the TXE on the grille, which tells you this is a special model. But little details really pop out to you. The wheels, for instance, they're super cool. You kind of see things like this in alloys nowadays that have got these crazy designs, but you've got to look at that wheel and think some of that design cue has come from the 80s. And it's little things that also make this car sing. Sort of this little wheel cowling here, it just gives it a little bit of je ne sais quoi. And the wing, of course. If you don't have that wing, it just looks a bit boring. As soon as you put that wing on, which does nothing obviously, it just gives it a bit of va-va-voom. Just makes it look fast and sporty. Oh, and yeah, let's not forget Renault in Formula 1 in the 80s, absolutely epic. Turbocharged. This is not naturally aspirated hero all the way through. Can't wait to drive it. A few more little details here. Yeah, the seats, of course, have got a little bit of sag to them. I'm hoping that the suspension is less soggy than a marshmallow. All in all, she looks all right. I mean, you look underneath, it does look like there's a sill missing here, but that is actually how it came. But it does look a bit incomplete on the side. So just don't look at it from this angle. This car was launched in 1981. It was voted Car of the Year in 1982, went into production for 1983. Now, if you took a modern car, 40 years old, would it look as good as this? I doubt it. This thing is like a timeless classic, and it aged pretty well. Oh, a few creaks and cracks with the door. But look at that. Look at this cabin. It's amazing. Check out this steering wheel. The interior on this car is so special. What makes it particularly special is the way it lights up. It's so 80s. It's so retro. The digital dash, the first electric dashboard. This car really got some special treatment. The Renault 9 and the Renault 11 designed by Robert Oprol. Very beautiful. Exterior wise, really cool, elegant car in a hatchback configuration, designed to appeal to yuppies, if you can believe that, but it's kind of like a large hatch. That's what this car is designed to be. And although this edition isn't turbocharged, it's actually got a decent bit of pepper, about 90 horsepower, give or take. We'll see if it's still got that. But it's the interior that really sings with this car, because that was designed by Marcello Gandini, a name you probably know from such models as the Lamborghini Countach, the Miura, the Lancia Stratos Zero, and many other really beautiful cars besides. And this is where you see it. It's just incredible. All these, just this really 80s dash. It's like an Atari in your hands. But it's the steering wheel I think I love the most. It's just really chunky. Seating position in this is interesting. It's really well laid out. I like not having my legs too bunched up. I've noticed in modern cars, you often sit with your legs quite bunched up. But this one, you can slide it forwards and backwards. But check this out. I mean, I've never experienced this before. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Why have two different adjustments for the back and the base when you can move the entire thing like a clamshell? It's fantastic. It's just genius. It's a fixed seat, almost like a racing seat. Racing seats should have this ability. So if you're feeling a bit snoozy, you just want to ease it back, you can just give it the low rider. Let's try it. I think maybe not. Let's just get this into somewhere sensible. All right. Quick heads up, if you've ever bought a car on finance, then this could be the most valuable thing you hear today. It turns out for years, car dealers were secretly pocketing commissions on finance deals, PCP and HP, and not telling their customers. It's been going on since 2007, and millions of people were overcharged without even realising it. So if you've ever had a car on finance, there's a real chance you're owed some money back. But here's the catch. Lenders are already potentially deleting the data that could prove you were missold. And if your address or phone number has changed since then, they may never be able to contact you, even if a payout is due. That's where Reclaim 24/7 comes in. Their free online tool can instantly find any finance agreements linked to you going back to 2007. So even if you don't have your paperwork, and even if your lender's deleted the data, you just enter your name, address and date of birth, and that's it. If there's a potential claim, it gets reviewed by specialist solicitors, and it's all done on a no-win, no-fee basis. It takes 2 minutes, costs nothing to check. You could be owed thousands. So don't wait around. Check out now at reclaim247.co.uk or click in the link in the description below to get started. Just putting away. Yeah, it's got some go. She's a 1.7 litre non-turbocharged 5-speed manual, and usual click button thing. French liked a bit of that to get into reverse. But famously, this car could talk to you. It's got a synthesized voice that will give you commands in French if you do things that it doesn't like, such as leaning on the handbrake while driving. It didn't like that. It told me off earlier, but I couldn't understand what it was saying. I did study French, but it's lost on me. This car set so many precedents for what we now are so used to. Cars that talk to you. Number one, it was the first car that talked to you. First car to have an electronic dash. And first, well, maybe it wasn't the first car, I don't know, to have control mechanisms on the steering wheel. I believe you can control the volume of the stereo on here. It's still old school, tape deck, but with bass, treble, adjustments, balance, all the cool stuff that you had on a Walkman back in the 80s is built into this. So they loved their music back in those days, and you could adjust things. It was just par for the course. But you look down here, it's like a feast of controls for the sound, which, to be honest, isn't very impressive, but let's try it. What we got here? Old school is you've got to press fast forward to get to the part of the tape you want. Adjust the treble. And you can hear the difference. You really can. Via Volta. Amazing. I'm not sure if it's playing the tape forwards or backwards, actually. It'd be hard to tell with that particular track. Yeah, it's good, 90 horse. I get, you know, the cars were light back then. They weren't packed full of features, safety features, and I guess it kept them light, dangerously light. But as a result, power to weight ratio, very nice. Traction, not amazing. The tyres are unbelievably skinny. What else can I tell you? This is the kind of car you could do long journeys in. Probably why it's got, what's it got? 221,000 miles on it. Probably fairly hard miles. Not as hard as kilometres even. About to get a bit harder for it, because I think it is going to be time to test the stunt handling of this vehicle. In the movie, this car got absolutely ragged. They really didn't give it any break at all, but they didn't use that many cars, so this is actually quite a robust vehicle. I don't know how it's going to feel being stunted after 40 years, but only one way to find that out. The suspension, I'm not sure, is going to appreciate some of the things I've got in mind for it. A bit ancient, and I noticed a bit of rust around the pillars attaching it to the chassis. The chassis itself also looks okay. It's in decent nick. There's a few spots of rust here and there. On the exterior, it looks like some of the sills are missing. They are in fact there. Let's just test the handbrake a little bit. Nice. Car didn't like it, but it felt good for me. It's just effortlessly quite cool. It's almost like the door sills are made out of a tweed jacket. And these padded bits, I don't know why, reminds me very slightly, I'm not sure what detail it is, but from the Renault 5 Turbo. Perhaps I've got that wrong. But it's effortless style, particularly the wheel, the layout, it's just very cool. Big smokers back in the day, so you've got a massive ashtray to go with the music choice. But actually a modern iPhone's going to fit nicely above that, in that little sort of cubby box here above the glove compartment. I think this is it's a modern classic. I could see myself rolling this on a daily basis. This could be my new daily, my daily exotic. Lovely bit of English weather just to wet down this little area, which should help me as I demonstrate a few little favourite stunts in what is an awesome mobile. I wonder if this has got wipers. Of course it has. There they are on the side. Check that out. Oh, they actually work as well. Oh, that handbrake is just the best. So, apart from stealing the car from the French taxi driver, this car, what does it do initially? There's a bit of reversing, J-turn down the steps. I don't have any steps, but we should check if the car can successfully J-turn in both directions, purely for the science. She's nicely warmed up. Into reverse, and let's just see. Oh, like a charm. She's a beaut. Thing is, they've got a bit of compliance in suspension. It's a little bit soft, but there's a bit of a jelly roll, but it's not too bad. You can see why these cars were ideal for doing stunts in the movies. I think it's also why you watch things like Bourne Identity, you watch Jason Bourne absolutely having it in that larder. Just because they're built for it. They've got enough sort of squidge in the suspension. You need that body roll if you're going to manipulate the weight, throw them around dynamically to then get them to spin around. It's way easier than a modern car, of course, which doesn't even have a handbrake. One of my preferred moves is the forward 180 into reverse and then J-turn out. Difficult to do, because if you get the steering wrong, things can go a little bit pear-shaped. But let's give it a go. Oh no, oh, she doesn't like that. All right, that is a no. The car does not go into reverse when you are reversing. Probably looked all right on camera though, so realistically I'd probably get away with that, but I would get shouted at for knackering the gear. Le parking est serré. That's enough of that. Let's cut this car in half. This is my mate Neil's workshop at Longcross Film Studios, where they make all the big Marvel movies. There's nothing he can't modify in a car. This poor man has had to deal with me for the last 25 years, including the last 4 James Bond movies, where he ran the cars, just in case I might need some help. I can't do that. I can't do it. I love this thing. I can't butcher it. It's perfect as it is. I'd be a complete heathen to mess this car up. I mean, well, might mess it up a little bit, but I'm not chopping that in half. Right, I need something else. All right, so Ferrari could chop that in half, but it's no good, 'cause mid-engine. Needs to be engine in the front. No, BMW, Porsche, same problem. Too small, that looks too complicated. Definitely not. That'll do. Neil? This is Neil's place. It's probably Neil's car. But look at it, she's ripe. It's a shed. This is exactly what I want, really. Front engined, front wheel drive, but might need to do a bit of prep work. I didn't really think it through with the Renault, but actually, maybe I shouldn't just cut through it. I know what I want as an end result. What I want as an end result is no roof, no back end, no rear wheels, just front axle, and for it to work. Gearbox is in the front as well, so I'm going to worry about that. I think the main things I need to worry about are the electronics, shorting those out, which would be bad. The brakes are important, so not to cut through my own brake lines, and the fuel is important as well. All right, I'm going to get to work. Let's see what I can do here. You've watched some Matt Armstrong videos. It's going to be nothing like that, because I don't know what I'm doing. I need to... Neil, come on, don't be hiding up there. Thanks for the kit though. Can I cut this car up?
Are you asking me if you can cut it up or if you have the ability to cut it up?
No, I mean, do you mind if I destroy this car?
Is that okay? You can destroy this car, Ben,
is that right?
Yes.
It looks good. I was just thinking through the steps of what I need to do, because I don't want to slice through the brake lines.
No.
Obviously.
You don't want to make a mess.
I probably will make a mess. But I want to cut the roof off. In the movie, it's sort of, it gets wiped out through a security barrier as well. So it's sort of cut from behind the B post, I think.
Well, you cut the A pillar, take the B pillar, we'll go across the floor.
I want that though, because it's the door. Oh, do you mean slice it off there?
Theoretically,
so it's just
Ben,
convertible.
then it's just drive away.
I've got to sort out the back end of it, surely.
Yeah.
Have you got a Sharpie?
Yes.
So what are we saying? We're going to go through here, is that right?
Yes.
All right. So that bit there, that's got to go. Here?
Yes. B pillar.
How high? Like down, right down, low, or sort
of? You want to do a nice
leave a little bit of meat on there.
Do a nice neat job. Come through there.
You want to go through there? All right. Nice and neat.
We'll cut.
Look at that.
We'll lose the back doors.
Accuracy. Okay, and then. Okay, so that just comes off.
Yeah, we'll lose the back doors, and then we'll come straight through here.
Through this, coming off there. Okay, so that goes through there. Well, just chop it off at the hinges. Got to be faster than unscrewing it. Because I don't have very long.
You haven't got
I've only
very
got
long,
an hour
Ben.
long before the
So
studio
we need to
closes.
get on this.
All right. Did you say we? You're gonna help
I'm watching. I'm monitoring, Ben.
Yeah. Oh, and down here as well.
This is a time and motion study.
So that's staying. And then you've got the bottom bit, clearly, to cut off as well.
Now that's the tricky bit, Ben.
Oh.
That's where all your pipes are.
But look, you see there's a natural join there. Check that bit out there. There's a weld there. So maybe that would be a good place to go through where the weld is.
Yes.
What do? Do you just cut the red wire? Is that a rule of thumb? In the movies, it's a rule of thumb.
It's always the red wire, Ben.
Yeah.
The problem is there's probably 16 red wires.
But do they matter for the engine?
No.
How about if I remove the furnishing, the soft furnishings, that's non-techers.
Yes.
Cut the metal, also basic, and I can see which bits need cutting. Right.
Yes.
So bear with me for this, right? And then drive off and see, as I pull on it, which bits are important and which bits aren't. If the engine's still going, everything else should be all right. And then just pull away. And by process of elimination, if I need to put a few wires back together, I'll take those with me.
It comes down to speed, I think. The faster you pull away, the further you will get.
It's not a bad car, this, is it? I'm going to keep the doors on. This looks like it's had a frontal impact of some kind anyway. The windscreen looks fairly knackered. Oh, that's going to be easy. All right.
Very good.
That's not bad. Neil, have you got a Hoover as well?
I think we're far from needing a Hoover yet, Ben.
Have you got a crowbar? Just so I can have a closer look at what's in the door sills. That's a shame though, because I'd quite like that. Mind you, if the car's in half, you don't need to reverse it much. It'll be a bit of an issue. You won't like that on the blocks, but I'll keep it in the car in case I need to.
Memento. I'll go get you a crowbar.
Please,
and a dustpan and brush.
Just the Hoover. Messier than I anticipated. Presumably the cutting should be a little bit more straightforward. These look important, but I don't know what's inside. Perhaps the whole driving off with the cables dangling isn't such a good theory, but I reckon I could get some cutting done because I'm short on time, so let the cutting begin. Neil, is this a case you just plug it in and I've never used one of those before. Is it the same theory as a chainsaw?
Yes.
Thank you, all right.
And no. But finger on the button. First of all, count all your fingers before you start, and at the end you should have the same amount. Be mindful where you're spraying the sparks.
Why?
Because there's flammable bits. Got flammable gas.
So
Yeah.
favourably they should fly in that direction.
Away from you.
Away from me.
Yeah.
All right.
Always put yourself first.
I always do. I'm actually a bit nervous. I've never really done anything like this, and being around him makes me nervous because he's quite clever and he always knows better. He's one of those people that always knows how to do things. But I mean, yeah. They do say it's always easier to destroy than to create. Something in there that doesn't want to give up with that fight, that's for sure. Don't really want to get involved with the glass, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's all right, that's okay. I noticed it's getting a little bit hot in the old sleeve there. So the sparks were gathering inside the suit. Smart one. It's heavy on the arms.
How are we getting on, Ben?
I did ever so well. It's great. It's smoking a bit. Look, it's on the mark.
It goes through the mark, Ben.
It's on a slightly jaunty angle.
Is the floor moved?
Should I put the window down? I should put the window down before, I get into that side of things. Or do I don't actually need to cut into this anyway, because this door's coming off. I'm going through the hinges, I forgot.
Yes.
Forgot to mark that.
You've forgotten, haven't you?
Yeah.
Come on, pump them guns up.
Make one more incision here, and then she should be good to go. That is a stubborn bastard. I think this instrument is blunt, so I'm going to blame the tools on this one. Come on, that is how it's done. So much for the buzzsaw, it just needed some brute force. Right, let's get into the chassis. Here we go. So somewhere in here, there's a bit of wiring.
Ben, Ben, Ben. Ben. I need to step in now. Now,
Huh?
what have you done with the fuel lines?
I can't hear you.
What have you done with the fuel lines?
I haven't done anything with them.
And the brake lines?
Well, the tank's on the other side.
No, the tank goes side to side. Fuel lines go up this side.
Okay.
You cut through there, you have to drain it, cap it, remove it. I think this is the bit where, if you allow us, auto action can step in.
I think you could. I mean, this is what you do for a living, isn't it?
Break into a sweat there, Ben.
It's quite hot.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. This is it's complicated what you do. How long do you need to do that? Because do you think we could do this in a day?
I would like to think we could probably do that in an hour.
Get in, Neil. That's the right answer. I don't need to do any more cutting. So I've done the A posts, B posts. He's.
It's a lovely quality of work there, Ben. It's, yeah.
I could do a bit more cutting on that one.
Yeah.
If I cut, actually, what have I got? Oh, I forgot about this piece because I got focused on that.
Yes.
All right. So
yes.
if I cut that off, maybe a bit more cutting, and then can I hand over to you to do the serious stuff?
I think so.
Safety first. I'm also slightly concerned about the airbags. So I cut through a wire, but I think it was just
a wire or a number of wires.
There was a cluster.
Yes.
There was a cluster, but
Yes.
it didn't look important. It just was, I think it was just feeding the speaker in the door.
Okay.
That little guy there.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe that was foolish, but all right. Thank you. I'll just finish up here and then hand it over to the
Lovely.
professionals.
You just give me a shout.
Thanks, Neil. Righteous. All right, that's great. I love a bit of hard work though. Could watch it all day long.
A few moments later.
Well, here we go. Moment of truth. All that hard work. It should pay off. There's no seat belt. Okay, no point taking the handbrake off because it's not attached or anything. I'm not sure about this. Is that going to hit me in the head? All right, here we go.
The name is Bond, James Bond.
It's a different driving dynamic, but you realise quite quickly that cars are too big these days. You can save weight and improve efficiency by cutting them in half. Tyre wear as well is reduced by a factor of 50%. It's a different experience, and choosing the direction without the benefit of the rear brakes, it's best to accelerate into every turn. You're basically sliding the entire time. It's more like driving a hovercraft than in a car. But it's definitely the best form of transport I've come up with personally. Until you spin. When you spin, it's best to just floor it, carry on going. Let's try second. Oh, gone too far. There's a fine balance. If you can just get the amount of lock right and just the right amount of slide, you can. I think you definitely make it down the high street like this. It drives a bit like a crab. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting better. I'm getting more used to it now. I know exactly how Roger Moore felt now in View to a Kill. I feel it. I feel the energy. You've got to think about the advantages with a car like this. Technically, it is road legal. Only if you're driving it to the MOT, where it would certainly fail. But still, that counts. A bit of a disadvantage. Didn't take the roof off. I'm slightly regretting that now. But not so good in the rain. The car is not very stable in the downhill configuration. The tail tends to wander around a bit. It's a little bit crabby. But again, advantages on the high street. Parking, no problem. Getting used to it now. It's a bit slippery on the transition, one slide to the other. You don't quite get the compliance that you get from a tyre, being that it's on metal. But it's pretty smooth. It's very difficult to hear anything really. Certainly can't hear the engine, which is a bit of a blessing. Probably doesn't matter much that I destroyed the stereo at this stage. Would recommend maybe some noise cancelling headphones if you were to take the car on a long journey. And maybe some galoshes and a waterproof hat. Maybe some sunglasses. Brilliant for parking. You just flip it into that space. And with only half a car, economies of scale, efficiency, less money spent on tyre bills, this could be the car for you. Anyway, stay tuned, get subscribed. I've got more crazy stuff coming up soon. Thanks for watching.